Hail, hail to Michigan! The Wolverines are on to the final. Boozer, that ball goes like this. It's stolen by Mullins. Carabin, 2 seconds. Mullins tosses it up.
But now it shows in one shining moment. It's all on the line in one shining moment.
Hello everybody and welcome back. This is episode 4 of Szohr Madness, Final 4 edition. So we are officially down to the Final 4 here, and this is where things can get real. There's only 3 games left, but a ton is still left on the line here. The standings are tight, and there are multiple people who can still win this whole thing. Let's get into it. Alright, first let's take a look at the Final 4 schedule and see where these games are being played at. So all these games are being played at Lucas Oil Stadium in Indianapolis, and the Final 4 will take off on Saturday, April 4th, 5:09 p.m. Central Standard Time, and that game will be 3-seed Illinois going up against 2-seed UConn. Illinois has been on a great run here in this tournament after beating Big Ten rival Iowa to get here. The UConn Huskies are coming off hitting one of the best game winners in March Madness history. This was last night, and there was 10 seconds left, and guard Silas Damari Jr. of UConn hit one of 2 free throws at the end to cut the lead down to 2. On the inbound pass, Duke's guard Caden Boozer pass was tipped by Damari, giving UConn one last shot, and Braylon Mullins caught the ball and drilled a 35-footer from the logo with 0.3 seconds left. UConn did cap this wild comeback, erasing a 19-point deficit in here to reach to the Final 4. Then after that game at 7:50 p.m. Central Standard Time, we have a 1-seed versus 1-seed matchup, Arizona versus Michigan. These are arguably the 2 best teams all year. Arizona is very consistent, dominant in the paint as well, led by guard Braden Burries as well. Michigan is very fast, explosive, led by Big Ten Player of the Year Yaxo Lendabord. Michigan is slightly favored in this game, but this is basically a coin flip for a trip to the national championship on the line. All right, now let's take a look at the current standings in our pool. Right now at the top, we have Sean Peters with 93 points. Still standing up there strong, looking for his second Szohr Madness title. That would be pretty crazy. In second, we have Hope with 91 points. Also tied with her for second is Colleen with 91. Don't get uncomfortable here, though, everybody, because this is still far from over. Why is this still open? With the Final 4 and championship still left, there's still a lot of points up for grabs. The correct Final 4 pick for each game is 16 points, and picking the correct winner of March Madness is 32 points. So even if you're not in the top 3 right now, you're technically not out of it. All right, now let's talk about the scenarios in this pool and who can still win it. So honestly, it really does come down to 2 main scenarios. First, if the Arizona Wildcats win the national championship. If that does happen, this does come down to Sean Peters, Colleen, and Angie. And right now, Sean has the lead, so he is in the best position if Arizona takes this national championship. Now on the other side, if Michigan wins it all, this can shift completely. So you'd be looking at Hope, Zach, and Phil as well. Hope is looking really strong right now in a spot in first place if Michigan finishes the job. Now for everybody else in this pool, you are pretty much mathematically eliminated from placing on the podium. The top 3 get the payout as well, like I told in the last video. And honestly, this whole pool might come down to 1 game, the Arizona versus Michigan game in the Final 4 for a matchup we'd love to see Saturday night. Now we do got to talk about the other end of the standings here, because the race for last place is actually insane right now. So Bryce Lauer and Brad Manny are currently tied for last place, and here is the crazy part, is that they can't get any more points in either bracket. So it all comes down to one thing, and that is the combined score of the national championship game. So whoever's closest to that score position, they will avoid last place, and whoever's farther off is going to officially finish last place here. This would be an all-time bad beat waiting to happen here. I'm excited for it. All right, everybody, that's going to do it for today's video. We are down to the Final 4. Everything is on the line. Every game matters, and this is where brackets are won or completely falling apart. Everybody lock in for these games, and I'll be back after the championship for a video to crown the Szohr Madness champion this year in 2026. Let's see how this all plays out.